Hi everyone, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. My name is Jesus Ramirez Silva. I'm the current TriHouse Membership Coordinator as of July 2022. Here I am recording the third section of our new member orientation on member fees, financial policies, and SCA finances. This is basically a guide on how to pay fees. All right, let's get started. So the room types and the fees. There are three different types of rooms. Our wing rooms are the smallest. I live in a wing room right now, so I pay $375 a month, and this is including a food plan. Food plans are optional, so you can opt out at any time. Just be sure to opt out like with a month in advance notice. Send your opt-out message to the office saying, hey, I don't want to be on the food plan next month or next term, so that they can adjust your invoice accordingly. Then single rooms are a bit bigger than wing rooms, and those are $433 a month if you have a food plan. Then double rooms, those are the largest ones, and they're usually meant for two people. So if there are two people occupying them, that's $322 a month per person. And then, let's see, so in terms of summer fees, some fees do go down during the summer. During the spring 2022 GMM, we voted to keep some summer fees the same. So, for example, if you are staying in the SCA over the summer, you're still a resident, you're keeping your room and everything, and you're living at the house, you are going to keep paying the same amount as you normally pay per month. However, if you go back home for the summer and you want to keep your room and store your stuff in it, that's $100 a month for storing your stuff in your room. And then if you want to keep your stuff stored, but you don't care about which room you get reassigned to, you say, for example, I'll put my stuff in the attic or in the basement, then you're paying $50 a month. And houses as well, they determine whether or not they want to have a food plan for the summer. So those generally are decided on house level, and then they let the office know, and the office bills people accordingly. All right, so a member invoice. So you'll get this. If you're signed up for monthly fee payments, you'll get this every month. If you signed up for term fee payments, you'll get it every term. So the SCA office sends an invoice, basically a bill, through QuickBooks. And so this is sent to the email that you have on file with the office. The invoice shows how much you owe, and it breaks down the fees for what you're paying. So here's a sample. So a room fee for a Campbell Club single room without a meal plan, I guess, is just the base rate is $308. And then if you do have the house food plan, that's that second line right there, you add $80 to it. And then there's a $40 maintenance fee added to that and an expansion fee. And so in total, that's $433. So how do you pay this? There are three ways you can pay the membership fees. So from most preferred is through Venmo, because there is no fee associated with paying through Venmo. So you pay at venmo.com/SCA we own it. And then the office gets that directly, is able to access that, and they can send you a confirmation as like a comment or something. You can also pay through QuickBooks. So, if you're paying through QuickBooks, you get your invoice and then you click pay, and be sure to link your account to QuickBooks, your bank account, if you're going to pay through this method. Because if you pay with a debit or a credit card, there is a fee that is levied onto the SCA that the SCA has to absorb. So if you can avoid QuickBooks or link your bank account to it to avoid these fees. You can also pay through cash or check, and getting these to the office, with COVID and everything, might be more difficult. So please communicate with the office if you're planning to pay through cash or check. All right, and so here's some changes due to COVID-19. So the board has voted to suspend some financial policies. However, it is important that we keep observing these because they are in place to help keep us on financial track to, having healthy financial stability as an organization. All right, so the fee payment policy. So fees are due on the 1st of each month, and you have this 7-day window, so until the 7th of each month, to pay your fees. If you pay after the 7th of the month, it's considered late. And so there's an initial $15 late fee, and then one day, every other day that it's late, you get charged an extra dollar for late fees. You can avoid these late fees by contacting the corporate treasurer and the office to make a payment plan. If you say, hey, I can't make it on the 1st because I get paid, every 2 weeks and my check comes in on the 15th. Please do communicate that. We want to work with you. We don't want to levy these fees onto you. We want this to be a stress-free environment and a place where you can say, hey, I have an issue with this. Can we work through this? And we want to help you. Because if not, we may have to do a financial review. You can also talk to your house treasurer to help you navigate these situations. So in a financial review, this can be for any member who has some outstanding debt with the SCA. And so basically it's a moment to take time to say, okay, are you able to pay this? Can we make some plan for payment so that you don't have debt to the SCA? And so in some cases, this may lead to termination of membership and eviction on a consensus basis, of course. And if a member is summoned for corporate review, they have until the designated meeting time to pay their debt in full. The payment is paid in full before the review, then the review doesn't happen. Bottom line is you can avoid these reviews by communicating with the corporate treasurer, with your house treasurer, with the office, and saying, hey, I'm having trouble. Can you work with me? And we're happy to work with you. All right, so understanding SCA finances. It's not really this scary. So here's an example of the 2021-2022 fiscal year budget. So the fiscal year budget begins in July of 2021 and ends in June of 2022. That's considered our fiscal year. And the budget is approved at the winter GMM by all SCA members. So this is a consensus-based approval budget. The office normally prepares this budget in tandem with the corporate treasurer and the finance committee, which includes other house treasurers. And so everything that everyone pays goes to this budget. You can pause here and take a moment to look through. And so again, back to this breakdown of our invoice. So the room fees go toward the budget. The food fee that you pay doesn't go toward the budget, but rather it goes to each house budget. And the maintenance fee as well, those go to house budgets. So if you pay $40, that goes to your house. If I pay $40, I live in the JS, that $40 goes to the JS's maintenance fee for maintenance. And the expansion fee goes to expansion funds. So this is saving up funds so that in the future the SCA can add to our houses or buy a new property, etc., to expand the SCA. And so here are some financial roles in the SCA. There's the office, who these staff members process and record member fees, pay bills and classify expenditures, make bank deposits, and work with vendors and banks and accountants, and with the corporate treasurer and house treasurers to keep track of the SCA budget and the house budgets. So we have right now these two amazing people, Kim and Jamie. They are so amazing, and they do so well in the office. We're so lucky to have them. And so they're not members of the SCA, rather they are employees of the SCA. The rest of these people, these are members. So the corporate treasurer is elected at the fall GMM and works with the office to ensure solvency and financial strength of the SCA. This takes the form of developing financial policies, strategies, and procedures to meet our goals. They help put together the budget, and they also are the chair of the financial committee. So they convene that committee. It's an open invitation committee to everyone, but in general, the required members are corporate treasurer, office staff, and house treasurers in the financial committee. And the house treasurers are elected in a house level, and so this begins every term. In the JS, for example, treasurer serves 2 terms. So if you're elected in the fall, you serve fall and you serve winter, and then a new one is elected for spring and summer. So these people keep track of the house's budgets and make sure members pay their fees, work with members who have trouble paying their fees to make a payment plan, and they collect receipts of purchases made and turn them into the office for reimbursement, etc. And then the financial committee, as I mentioned before, it's corporate treasurer, house treasurers, and staff, and anyone else who's interested in working in financial committee. So these people work and review SCA finances and policies and procedures. All right, and here's some other financial and other paperwork to talk about. So all of these forms are available on the wiki. So the reimbursement form, if you purchase something out of your own money for the SCA or for the house that was approved beforehand. So let's say at a meeting, you said, okay, let's buy some snacks for our party that we're going to have. And you go and buy these snacks, everyone agreed to it. And you pay $50 and you say, okay, I'd like a reimbursement from the house budget. So you can find this reimbursement form and fill it out and submit it, and you'll get the reimbursement, or usually it'll be a credit to your account. So next month, for your fees, you pay $50 less as a reimbursement. There's also the receipt record forms. So if you buy something using the house card, you'll fill out one of these forms and attach the receipt to it, so that we keep track of the spending on each house card. And there's also the checkout form. So this one is so that you ensure you get your deposit back. When you're leaving the SCA, you give a 30-day notice. There's a form on the wiki for that as well. And when you're moving out, you fill out this checkout form, also found on the wiki. Once it's processed and the office processes it as well, they'll send out your deposit back to you if everything's in order. There are a lot of other forms in the office, although the office is closed right now, so on the wiki as well. So membership contract, membership applications, room switch forms, grievance forms, guest forms, and house switch forms. So be sure to check that out. There's a lot of good information on there. All right, and so as a member, what role do you play in finances? So, as a member who's paying, you're basically the lifeblood of the organization. We don't have outside funding, so whatever you pay comes right back to you in terms of the services the SCA provides. And so, so other things, responsibilities, pay for your fees on time, or talk about payment plans with your office, with your treasurer. Have a receipt for any purchases you make with the house card, and turn those into the house treasurer. Reimbursement forms of house purchases must be filled completely and turned in to the house treasurer with receipts if you want to get reimbursed. And so other ways you participate in the economic aspects of the SCA is through work party. Working to improve the house permanently, that's saving us money. And if you don't do it, there is a fee levied. Work trade. So if you are a member who is also a work trader, you are contributing to the SCA in services that are remunerated through room and board. And board participation, that's another way to participate on the economic aspect of the SCA. Because you are the one on the board, you will have a say in in what kind of loans we take out if we are to take out a loan, and what kind of financial policies we adopt. If we're going to raise fees, you have a say in that. And through fundraising as well. So in cases that we do need to fundraise, that's another way that members have helped in the past and continue to help right now. All right, thank you so much for watching this presentation. If you have any questions, you can talk to the facilitator. You can email the office. Here are the emails. So Jamie's email is scaoffice.admin, ADMIN, @gmail.com. And Kim's email is scaoffice.recruitment@gmail.com. Or be sure to ask your house treasurer or corporate treasurer or any member of the SCA. Thanks so much.